Hi, I'm Ryan Szymanski, curator for Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial. Today, April 15th, 2024, is the 112th anniversary of the sinking of Titanic. It's also the anniversary of Lincoln's death and the anniversary of me owing money to the IRS. So a tragic day all around. For your average person, the only large ship that they can name is RMS Titanic. And so one of the very most common questions we get asked on this channel is, how does Battleship New Jersey compare to Titanic? My answer? Titanic has a good movie made about her. Iowa-class battleships don't. So one of the main things we want to talk about today is the difference between New Jersey and Titanic's propellers, since we have New Jersey out of the water here at Drydock 3 at the former Philadelphia Navy Yard, currently run by North Atlantic Ship Repair. We'll also talk about some of the other numbers that these two ships have differently. In terms of total size, they are extremely close to each other. New Jersey is 887 foot 7 inches long, while Titanic is 882 foot 9 inches long. So it's something like 4 feet of difference between the two ships. Titanic is 92.5 feet wide, while New Jersey is just over 108 feet wide. Fully loaded, Titanic draws 34 foot 7 inches. Right now, New Jersey draws 0 feet. We're high and dry. But normally back in Camden, we draw 34 feet of water, and fully loaded, we're somewhere around 36 feet of water. In terms of height, not counting the masts, Titanic is about 175 feet high from her keel to the top of her funnels, while New Jersey is somewhere around 194 feet high, baseline or keel, to the top of the superstructure. That makes sense because New Jersey is 17 decks tall and Titanic is only 10. The battleship displaces 57,500 tons fully loaded, about 45,000 tons today. Meanwhile, Titanic displaces about 52,000 tons. Both Battleship New Jersey and Titanic have two different types of propellers. Behind me you can see the starboard side propellers, with the inboard 5-bladed propellers being about 17 feet tall, and the outboard 4-bladed propellers being about 18 feet tall. They weigh about 20 tons each. Titanic, on the other hand, has an inboard 4-bladed propeller that's 17 feet tall, and a pair of outboard propellers that are only 3-bladed, but that are 23.5 feet tall. Those propellers weigh about 36 tons, about 16 tons more than ours. Where it really gets interesting is Battleship New Jersey's 4 engines are all roughly the same, while Titanic has two different types of engines. Her center propeller is attached to an early steam turbine. It's a little bit different from our steam turbine. It operates at a much lower pressure, and it doesn't have a reduction box to reduce the spinning of the turbines to the optimal speed of the propellers. Instead, the turbine is directly linked to the propellers. She also has a pair of triple expansion engines which are attached to the outboard shafts. Triple expansion engines are very efficient, but they don't generate significantly high speeds. The steam turbines were brand new and relatively untested, although they had been used on ships up to this point, including other White Star Line ships. The turbine was a lot less efficient, but it was able to produce more speed. And so by combining those two, you had all of your efficiency provided by the outboard shafts with some extra speed provided by the inboard shafts to get Titanic up to the speed they wanted. It also reduced the vibrations in the ship that can be a result of high-speed turbines, which was an issue with some of the canard liners of the times that used turbines. In terms of endurance, Titanic burned 600 tons of coal a day, and she had a maximum capacity of about 7,700 tons if you used cargo hold 3 to supplement her normal bunkers. This means that she would burn through her coal in less than 12 days. Iowa-class battleships, on the other hand, have just under 9,000 tons of bunkerage for their fuel oil. And at their most economic cruising speed, about 15 knots, they can stay underway for about 30 days. But at max speed, about 33 knots, they can only stay underway for about 6.5 days. Titanic's max speed was 23 knots. However, her total horsepower was about a fifth of an Iowa-class battleship. Her 3 engines combined do not equal 1 engine on Battleship New Jersey. She had 46,000 shaft horsepower combined to 4 54,000 shaft horsepower engines for New Jersey, for a total of 212,000 shaft horsepower. New Jersey has 8 boilers, while Titanic had 24 double-ended boilers and 5 single-ended boilers. In terms of crew, Titanic as a passenger liner could carry more people, up to 3,327. That's 874 crew and 2,453 passengers. However, at the time she was lost, she carried 710 crew and 1,514 passengers, 2,224 total lives. Also, at least 24 birds, 6 dogs, and 3 cats, and almost certainly some rats. Those are just the ones we know about from insurance claims from survivors. We're not sure the total animal lives lost with the ship. Don't worry, among her survivors were at least 3 dogs. Battleship New Jersey's complement varied throughout her career, with as many as 2,700 during World War II and as few as 1,600 in her current configuration. While Titanic carried 20 lifeboats for 1,178 people, theoretical max, New Jersey only carries 5 lifeboats, probably have a capacity of less than 200 people. However, New Jersey carries over 80 25-man inflatable life rafts, so we could carry at least 2,000 crew in those rafts. An interesting difference between the 2 ships: while Titanic doesn't have the capacity for everybody on board, New Jersey has excess capacity because it was believed that if she sank, it would be as a result of combat action, which would mean that some of her rafts would almost certainly be destroyed. So she carries an extra 25% over what she needs. While you can no longer go under Titanic, in April and May 2024, you can still go under the Battleship New Jersey. Be sure to get your tickets today at battleshipnewjersey.org or at the link in the description below. We only have about 5,000 total tickets to be able to visit New Jersey while she's here in dry dock. Make sure you get them today. She won't be out of the water again for another 30 years. Battleship New Jersey receives operating support from the New Jersey Department of State, also from a number of other viewers and private individuals like yourselves. We really appreciate your support. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to donate to support the museum and our ongoing dry docking efforts. You can also support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing so more people find about the museum and our channel. Thanks for watching.